UFC 320 Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira number 2 is finally here, and I'm here to provide you my picks and predictions on the entire fight card, starting with the first fight of the night into this main event, this banger rematch that we have. We also have another championship fight in the co-main. Really quick, we'll quickly recap how we did last week's card, which was UFC Perth. Wasn't the best card in terms of the fights, but we still did pretty well in the predictions. We were scheduled 14 fights, 2 fights fall out, so we only get 12. We end up going 8-4, which obviously could be better, but we hit a few dogs. Colby Thickness, dog. Cam Rouston, dog. The Jake Matthews one was pretty atrocious, to be honest, and obviously I went with Dominic Reyes. I need to start cleaning up these main event winners, to be honest. But aside from that, another profitable day with the plays. I mean, guys, it's been like 5 or 6 cards in a row that we've just been profiting on these cards. So, of course, if you want all of those extra plays, not just the predictions, please join the Discord. The link is in the channel description. It is $14.99 a month. It's a fraction of anyone else's cost just in UFC space, and I don't just do the UFC. I do NFL, baseball, tennis, etc. But obviously, NFL is the 1-2 punch with this channel as well. So, of course, please join me there. And I run a promo where you get a free week. So, if you were to sign up from when you're watching this video, you will get UFC 320 for free, NFL Week 5 for free, and a lot of those plays coming into the following week as well for free. So, please join me there. And, of course, please sub here. We are somewhere in the 700s. Once I reach 1,000, I will be doing another giveaway. We did it at 500. We're going to do it again at 1,000. And it's not just going to be one person. I like to distribute some wealth, even if it's paying for something minuscule for you guys. I mean, I'd rather give it to a few other people. So please subscribe there. Join the Discord as well. It's the best way to support me as well. And we'll quickly run through this card. Like I said, I mean, 14 fights. I have a few dogs. Some fights that are, we don't really have to talk about too much in depth. But let's just quickly run through this card so you guys can start entering some plays as well. Absolute banger here. First fight of the night, Veronica Hardy versus Brogan Walker. Now, Veronica Hardy is coming in as a massive favorite, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this one because I do think she wins. She did lose her last fight to Eduardo Mara. Just wasn't able to do enough. Mara just substantially bigger than her. Prior to that, though, 3-fight win streak dating back to March of 2023. She's been pretty active. Obviously, we know her husband, who was in the UFC before, and he's absolutely changed her game. Sorry, I mean, before she was more of a just submission specialist. Now she has some hands. Her cardio's better. Her wrestling's better. Overall, just a pretty damn good fighter right now. Brogan Walker 7-4. She's 0-2 in the UFC. Lost to Juliana Miller, where she got smoked by her. Reminder: Juliana Miller is not that good. And then she lost by unanimous decision to Yasmin Lucindo. Lucindo is able to do whatever she wants to her. So, like I said, the odds are disgusting. Veronica Hardy right now is minus 620 on FanDuel. I would not take that. I would just find a way to just probably skip this fight and just enjoy it, just in terms of a prediction. So give me Veronica Hardy to win by submission or decision. Next fight, Ramiz Brahimaj versus Austin Vanderford. Now, Vanderford's an inch taller, 2-inch reach advantage, 1-inch leg reach advantage. We know Vanderford from Bellator. He's going to be looking to wrestle as much as possible here. We saw him win his UFC debut against Nikolay. Just was able to do a lot. Wrestled a lot and ended up finishing him. Now, he's been chinned before by Mousasi and Aaron Jeffrey. Not scrubs at all. So, 2 very good fighters. Mousasi was in the UFC before, if you did not know that. But he's riding a 2-fight win streak. And Brahimaj, 12-5. He's 4-3 in the UFC. Had a bit of a rough stretch, but listen, his losses: Max Griffin, veteran; Court McGee, absolute veteran; Themba, kind of mid, but was kind of on that run. So, and then he's picked up 2 solid wins. He knocked out Mickey Gall, which obviously it's Mickey Gall, but still, he knocked out a UFC vet, and then you choke out Billy Ray Goff, where Billy Ray Goff is kind of a nut. So for you to be able to do that too is pretty solid. One performance of the night for both of those fights, which is pretty impressive. Now, he's going into this fight as an underdog right now. And like I said, he's going to be taken down. 47% takedown defense is not great, but a lot of those came from Themba. Themba took him down 5 times. 5 out of 6 times. That 83%, that really ruins your takedown defense percentage. He gets some takedowns of his own. Obviously, not much to go off for Vanderford. But I think this is going to be a striking battle. If Brahimaj is able to stuff those takedowns, I think he can chin Austin Vanderford. Vanderford might just gas out trying to take him down early, and then he gets smoked. Brahimaj right now is plus 200. I see a lot of people going to be leaning towards Vanderford. He's not worth that minus 265 price, in my opinion. I'm going with the dog here. Give me Ramiz Brahimaj to win by TKO or decision. Next fight, Punahele Soriano, or we call him Puna, versus Nikolay Veretennikov. Now, Veretennikov is who lost to Austin Vanderford, and now he's coming back here. He's 2 inches taller, has a 1.5 inch reach advantage, and 3-inch leg reach advantage. This is gonna be an interesting fight because we still don't know where Puna is in his UFC career. He looks good, then he looks absolutely trash, and then now he's looking great again. He's 5-4, 2-fight win streak, decision win against Baeza, and then he knocked out Medic in 30 seconds. That power really came back. He's changed weight classes, and it's really significantly improved everything about him, honestly, because he has some decent losses too. He lost to Stolfus, to Kopylov, Brendan Allen too in 2021. Like I said, he's kind of come into his own and not just be a power puncher. Obviously, he knocked out Medic in 30 seconds, but I think he could have hung with Medic the entire fight if he needed to. Obviously, Medic has a lot of power too. He's looking to finish you early, so it was a great game plan on his part. And then Veretennikov is 1-2 in the UFC. He beat Prado by split decision. Prior to that, lost a split and then lost to Austin Vanderford. I don't think he's that good. I think that he could get chinned here. I think even there's a chance that this doesn't end in a TKO, and I think Puna still gets the better of him. Still probably a red flag fight for me because I can't trust Puna at minus 295 currently. A lot of these fighters, these favorites, are just not worth it early. So I would recommend you try to stay away as much as possible unless you're taking some type of prop or maybe an over-under. Or when I said prop, I mean method of victory, I should say. If you want to take Puna by knockout TKO or maybe Puna by decision, not a bad one to go there. Or Brahimaj by TKO, Hardy by sub, or Hardy by decision. Minus 295 is not a great price for him. Veretennikov might not be a scrub. He might not be that great, but he's not a scrub. But I still like Puna, so give me Puna to win by TKO or decision. Next fight, Patchy Mix versus Jakub Wiklacz. Now, Patchy Mix. Oh, Patchy, my sweet, sweet king. I almost called him queen. My sweet king. Now, Patchy's 5'8". Jakub's an inch taller and just about the same reach. I think Jakub has about an inch reach advantage. No leg reach for either of them, which is weird because Patchy has already fought in the UFC. Should have something here. This is going to be interesting. This is Jakub's debut. 6-1-1 in KSW. Was a champ. Very solid. Very solid. I mean, 10 submission wins. He's been chinned twice. But here's the thing. Patchy doesn't have knockout power. His best way to knock someone out is his knees, as we saw against Stotts and Bellator. Hands looked very stagnant, looked very slow against Mario Bautista. This is scary. This is a very scary place to be because, Patchy, submission specialist, facing someone who's only been subbed twice, who 10 of his 16 wins have come by submission. So what is Patchy going to have to do here? Patchy's going to have to take him down still and make sure that he does everything in his power to not get caught in something as well, which I don't think he will, but he will be wrestling in this fight. He's going to let his hands go a little bit more because there's less of a threat in terms of power and even the amount of experience Jakub might have at the higher level. At the end of the day, Bellator is better than KSW. KSW is still a well-known promotion, but it's not Bellator. Bellator is B division for a reason, or was. I think this is going to be a scary one. I think there's a chance that he could get caught in the sub. I'm saying Jakub. Patrick Mix right now, minus 295. Listen, I guess I'm a little biased, so I can even say maybe that's a decent price. I'm not going to take it. I'll tell you that right now because I don't trust him yet. We saw the same thing with Homie, who just got subbed again in the DDP and Hamzat card. I don't even want to remember his name anymore. Not dealing with that again. He's 0-2 now in the UFC. Patchy Mix could easily go 0-2. He has something to prove here. I think he's a better fighter than that. His wife bounced back last 2 weeks ago, or last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. I think Patchy Mix bounces back here. Give me Patchy Mix to win by submission or decision. Next up, we have Macy Chiasson versus Yana Santos. Now, Chiasson is 5 inches taller, 3.5-inch reach advantage, 2-inch leg reach advantage. Straight up, I'm gonna tell you, I think Chiasson is really good. 10-4, 8-4 in the UFC. Lost to Ketlen Vieira. Vieira just was a bully. She was just bullying her a little bit, being annoying. Took her down. Just wasn't able to do anything else. Ketlen Vieira, absolutely shitty fighter. But she did enough. Before that, Chiasson was on a sneaky streak. She beat Norma Dumont by split decision. Norma Dumont probably fights next for the belt, maybe one more win. She's beating Irene Aldana. Irene Aldana pulls some shit out of the fire and ends up just an up kick to the liver, ends up beating her. But then she comes back, chokes out Pani Kianzad, and then beat the shit out of Mayra Bueno Silva. So if we're being honest, she should be on a 4-fight win streak. If it wasn't for that Hail Mary from Aldana, which we saw what happened to her after against Amanda Nunes, just got her shit kicked in. And now it's Ketlen Vieira, where Ketlen Vieira, like I said, took her down. And what is Yana Santos going to do? Yana Santos, 16-8, 6-5 in the UFC. 2-fight win streak against Chelsea Chandler, decent. Misha Tate, washed. She's going to let her hands go here. But I think she gets taken down. I think Chiasson is going to be able to take her down. She averages 2 takedowns a fight, 35% takedown accuracy, which means she's averaging just under 6 takedown average. Like, she's trying to attempt 6 takedown attempts a fight, I should say. Sorry. She can let her hands go on the feet, but she's going to want to take you down and control you. Obviously, you're not going to be able to do that too much, or wasn't able to do that too much against Vieira, but Yana Santos significantly smaller here. Chiasson's going to be using her kicks very early. Yana Santos doesn't really average that many takedowns. She's going to get pieced up on the feet. She's going to get taken down. 53% takedown defense is not great. Chiasson, right now, minus 200. Now, this is the first favorite that I feel comfortable playing. Minus 200, and the line keeps going up. People like Yana Santos. Yana Santos is like 40, dude. She's 35. I thought she was like 40, but still. I think Chiasson is the better fighter. I think she's an actual contender in this weight class. I think she beats her easily. Give me Macy Chiasson to win by decision. Next up, prelims. Daniel Santos versus Joo-sang. Now, they're the same height. Daniel Santos has a 67-inch reach, and this is another thing. We've seen Homie fight before. Why does he not have his reach on UFC.com? 71-inch reach. So he's going to have a 4-inch reach. We don't know what his leg reach is. A 4-inch reach for Joo-sang is an absolute blessing. If you don't recall or remember what he did in his UFC debut, he beat Jekka Sergi in 28 seconds with a Conor-esque left hook. It was absolutely beautiful. He slipped the same way Conor would do, and on his back foot just leaned in and just whap. Absolutely smoked Sergi. He is 9-0. He's 9-0. And he's facing Daniel Santos, who's 12-2, 3-1 in the UFC. Lost his first fight in the UFC, his debut in 2022. 3-fight win streak since then. Knocked out Castaneda, beat Johnny Munoz. Johnny Munoz just had nothing for him. And then beat Jung Young Lee by decision, which Jung Young Lee is not too bad, to be honest. Lost to Hyder Mill. Not a bad loss. Beat Blake Builder and Yiza. This is going to be very interesting. If it stays on the feet, is very promising. He doesn't have much UFC experience, obviously, so I think that's why he is an underdog here, which I think is fucking crazy. Plus 118. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that he doesn't have the UFC experience. Maybe people are saying he can get taken down potentially, and then what he's going to do, he could tire out after the first round. We don't really know. His line is really priced at banking that he can actually finish Daniel Santos early, which Daniel Santos has never been finished. His 2 losses have come only by decision, which is very interesting because he's Brazilian, obviously. So they say he has a chin. He's from shoot box. He's pretty good. He's probably one of the best from shoot box. But I'm gonna ride with the Korean. At plus 118 odds. I gotta go with the Korean. Give me Joo-sang to give Santos his first finish loss. Joo-sang to win by knockout or TKO. Next fight, Chris Gutierrez versus Farid Basharat. Now, Gutierrez is an inch taller, but Basharat has the 4-inch reach. But Gutierrez has the 1-inch leg reach advantage, which is massive. Chris Gutierrez loves throwing those nice little low kicks early, quick, hard, just tapping you. He's tapping you in the calf. He wants you to feel that shit early. And then we have Farid Basharat, who is obviously the better of the two brothers. He's 13-0. He's still undefeated. His brother, as we know, just got slept a few months ago. Beat Victor Hugo in October of 2024. I mean, he's being pretty active. He's fighting twice a year, Feels like he's not as active as he could be, but who knows? He was supposed to fight Montel Jackson. Now, that would have been a very scary fight for him. Montel Jackson has some of the scariest power I have ever seen in the UFC. Based off his weight, his height, the way he looks. It does not look like he has brass knuckles in those gloves or something. Beat Victor Hugo, and now he's facing Chris Gutierrez, who's a veteran, 10-3 in the UFC, on a 2-fight win streak. Beat Kwang Le, and then beat Castaneda by split decision. Split is a little questionable, but still beat him. Won 3 of his last 4, only losing to Yadong Song, which was a 5-rounder. Song Yadong obviously looking to face the former champ in his next fight, so not a bad loss. I mean, his losses aren't bad. It's Song Yadong and Pedro Munoz. Before the Pedro Munoz loss, he was unbeaten since 2018, which was his UFC debut. He's a very good fighter, but he gets stagnant. He gets in his head a lot. Farid Basharat is very good. His hands are clean. His low kicks are clean as well. He averages 4 takedowns a fight. 44% takedown accuracy. He's looking to shoot at you like almost 9 times, maybe almost 10, damn near, to be honest. Has beaten Blackshear, great win. Rodriguez, great win. Taylor Lapilus, great win. Chris Gutierrez, 70% takedown defense, not too bad, but he's been taken down before. His last 4 opponents have taken him down. Castaneda took him down once. Le took him down twice. Song Yadong took him down twice. Even Arita Lang, Adlang Tali, however you say his name, even he took him down twice. The one who averages 1.74 takedowns, who's not really looking to take you down too much. He even, in his last fight, where he lost by unanimous decision to Blackshear, he didn't even land a takedown there. He attempted 1. I'm not dealing with this. Farid Basharat obviously is a future contender. Minus 460 is egregious, but I think it's what it should be. Give me Farid Basharat to win by decision. Next fight. Edmen Shahbazyan versus Andre Muniz. Now, Shahbazyan is an inch taller, but Andre Muniz has the 4-inch reach advantage and the 1-inch leg reach advantage. Now, I would say that this would matter if it was maybe the exact opposite, because I would say Shahbazyan probably kills him in the first round if he had the 4-inch reach advantage. But Muniz does. But he won't do too much with it. He's very slow at this point in his career. Doesn't really have hands. He's going to be looking to take down Shahbazyan. Looking to probably have Shahbazyan gas out a little bit because of how durable Muniz can be. He's 24-7. He does have 6 losses by TKO. Only been subbed once and never lost by decision. So obviously, if he doesn't get hurt early, there's a chance that he'll be able to push through because Shahbazyan does gas out. And then what happens, He lost his last fight to Ankalaev, lost in the last 5 seconds of the first round, beat Jung-Yoon Park. I mean, kind of a bullshit win, to be honest, split decision win. He just took him down and just prayed the entire time. It was really annoying. Before that, got ground and pound by Paul Craig in 2023. It's nasty. Choked out by Brandon Allen. He's dropped 3 of his last 4. Arguably should have lost at Jung-Yoon Park because it was a split and he didn't do shit. So I still think he lost. But before that was on an absolute run. Just is he UFC level? I'm not too sure. He's 35, past his prime. Edmen is 27. I mean, what is there to say about Edmen Shahbazyan? He's 27, 13 fights in the UFC already, 8-5. He's won 3 of his last 4. Granted, AJ Dobson, kind of trash. Lost to GM3. Was beating the shit out of GM3, as most people do, early, and then gets tired, chokes him out, gets smoked. Beats Budka. Pretty good win. Won a performance of the night. And then beat Petrosky by decision not too long ago, like 2.5 months ago, where I even faded him because I thought Petrosky was going to be able to take him down, do his work, do what he has to do there. If he's not able to take him down, I think Muniz isn't either. And I think at this point in their careers, Petrosky might be better than Muniz. That's right, Petrosky, who just got TKO'd. And we took Cameron as a dog last week, who actually put us over in profit. Just wanted to add that in and include that. But regardless, Petrosky's better than Muniz at this point in their careers. I think Shahbazyan, if he's not stupid, should smoke him early. Should smoke him early, no question about it. Shahbazyan, minus 310. It's one of those scary spots where it's like he should win, but it's still a red flag fight because you don't trust him fully. He's kind of like Soriano. You just can't fully trust it because of their previous experiences, your previous experiences playing that line with them. You know what I mean? But I still think he wins. And even if it extends past that he wins that first round, I think he'll be able to do enough to win 2 rounds. He did enough against Petrosky in 3 rounds. Give me Edmen Shahbazyan to win this one by decision. Next up, Ateba Gautier versus Treston Vines. Now, Gautier was not scheduled to fight this jabroni. He was scheduled to fight Ozzy Diaz. Ozzy Diaz, 10-3, 1-1 the UFC, lost his first one to Ming Yang Zhang, got smoked, then beat Jordan Santos. Then here comes Treston Vines. You look up Treston Vines, 10-3, and all 3 of his losses have come by decision. Oh, no. They've all come by knockout TKO, and not all of them have been just TKOs and he's just guarding up. The boy has been flatlined. At some point, he got chinned 3 of 5 fights. He's on a 4-fight win streak now. Some TKOs, which is nice. Very cool, very nice. I don't even think there's a line for this yet, because there shouldn't be. He is signing up to die. Gautier is scary. I mean, first round TKO. Take the under in the round. Take the half under round if you can. This one ends within the first 2 minutes. Or maybe just take not to go to round 2. That's probably the safest thing. I think he finishes him within the first 3 minutes of the fight. Should not be even a question. Should not even be a question. Give me Ateba Gautier to win by knockout or TKO. And now the main card. First up, Abus Magomedov versus Joey Pfeiffer. Now, they're both the same height. They're both coming off of wins. Same height. Abus, 3-inch reach advantage. 2-inch leg reach advantage. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. Now, Abus is coming off, like I said, of a win to Michel Pereira. Now he's 4-2. Started off 1-2, which not a lot of people. After he lost to Bohalio, people were like, he's going to get cut. And now he's just riding a 3-fight win streak. Warley Alves subbed Bruno Ferreira and then Michel Pereira by decision. He's really beaten the I get gassed allegations. And now he's fighting someone who has gotten those allegations up until his most recent fight against Gaslam. He's 5-1 in the UFC. He lost to Hermanson his first UFC main event. Won the first 2 rounds, then got outclassed by the vet, as most of these fighters do. Beats Marc-Andre Barrio, smokes him in the first round, and then beats the shit out of Kelvin Gastelum early, knocks him down a few times, starts to gas a little bit. If that was a 5-rounder, could get a little scary. And now he's fighting Abus. Abus, I think, has proven enough to withstand damage. He moves a lot. He's going to be looking to wrestle Joe Pfeiffer, which I think could work. I'm not saying Joe Pfeiffer has trash takedown defense, 60%, but he's been taken down in the past. But a lot of people aren't trying to take him down either because they don't want to get too close to him. Abus might have to. He's going to use some kicks early, kicks to the body. And then Abus, 100% takedown defense, averages 2.65 takedowns a fight, 57% takedown average accuracy. So he's attempting about 5, which is not bad. He's taken down, since he lost, he's taken down every single opponent at least once. He didn't really need to take down Michel Pereira more than once because Michel Pereira was just staring at his fucking face and doing nothing. But he took down Pereira 4 times, which also led to a sub. He took down Warley Alves 6 times, absolutely necessary to win. A boost right now is minus 196. And I'm going to tell you right now, I kind of like that. I think that Joe Pyfer is good early. I think he can chin him early, but he has some really bad cardio problems, worse than a boost, which is saying something. I think a boost is a better fighter at this point than Kelvin Gastelum. I think if he had that opportunity, I think he could have taken Joey Pyfer down and choked him out. A boost at this price is worth it. People are going to be putting Joey Pyfer in every single parlay possible because he's minus 260. I don't think that's worth it. I think a boost wins this. Give me a boost Magomedov to win as a dog by submission or decision. Next fight, Josh Emmett versus Youssef Zalal. Now, Zalal's going to be 4 inches taller, 2-inch reach advantage, and Josh Emmett's going to have the half-inch leg reach advantage. This is going to be interesting. Josh Emmett needs a win, like, bad. He needs a win really bad. He's 19-5, 10-5 in the UFC. He lost to Lerone Murphy earlier this year, and he's dropped 3 of his last 4. I don't care, it's hard because I know it's like against really good competition. Yair, Ilya beats Bryce Mitchell, smokes Bryce Mitchell, loses to Lerone Murphy, and now he has to fight Youssef Zalal, who's obviously an up and comer. 17-5, 7-3-1 in the UFC. He's riding a fucking 7-fight win streak, but an 8-fight unbeaten streak because the fight with Blackshirt ended up being a draw. He was losing a lot of fights early in 2020, 2021, but look at who it was. The champ in 2020, Sungwoo Choi, not bad, and Sean Woodson, when Sean Woodson was absolutely lighting people up. Since then, he's just been moving up in competition, and he's doing everything he needs to do. He's choking everybody out. He beat Calvin Kattar pretty easily in his last fight, and now he's fighting Josh Emmett. This is scary. Youssef Zalal has never been TKO'd or submitted. All 5 of his losses have come by decision. He's lost by decision more times than he has won. It's likely that this fight will go to decision. Josh Emmett is extremely hard to finish. You're not going to knock him out, for sure. It's hard to choke him out unless you're in a situation like Yair, where Yair is on his back and he chokes him out. Could happen. I don't think Josh Emmett makes that mistake again. So how does Youssef Zalal win? I think he can take him down and control him. I think that's a very viable option here. I think it's probably the route to go. You do not want to stand with Josh Emmett. Youssef Zalal averages about 2 takedowns a fight, 30% takedown accuracy. So he's averaging about 6 and change attempts. He didn't take down Calvin Kattar, still worked Calvin Kattar. Took Jack Short down twice, took Jarno Evans down twice, took Billy Quarantillo down twice. Decent, not bad. Calvin Kattar obviously has lost now 5 straight. Not a great win, not a great thing to have, but Josh Emmett took down Lerone Murphy 4 times, which is why people thought that Aaron Pico was going to be able to do the same thing. Just saying. That's why MMA math does not fucking work. People are going to say the same thing about, oh yeah, Yair was able to choke him out. He'll be able to choke him out. I don't really think so. Last time he's been finished by TKO was 2018 against Jeremy Stevens. Odds right now, Youssef Zalal, minus 520. It's so bad, my screen doesn't even want to show it. Minus 425 on DraftKings, minus 520 on FanDuel. Was minus 390, so he's being put in parlays. I don't know. I'm going to go Youssef Zalal. I think he's a better fighter. I think his chin is still intact. I think he knows what to do to win, and he knows this is the biggest win of his career. Josh Emmett needs a win. He's going to loom those overhands as long as Zalal doesn't get caught. I think he'll be fine. More losses by decision than he has wins. Scary. Minus 520. Even scarier. But I'm not going to think too deep on it. Give me Youssef Zalal to get to win by decision. Next up. Yuri Prohaska versus Khalil Roundtree Jr. Yuri is going to be 2 inches taller. Have the 3.5 inch reach advantage and the 1 inch leg reach advantage. Now, both are coming off of wins. Yuri, in his last fight, beat Jamal Hill. He smoked him in the third round. He beat him worse than Khalil Roundtree, I think, beat Jamal Hill, because he was able to finish him within 3. And Khalil didn't. His only 2 losses in the UFC, he's 5-2. Only 2 losses come from the former champ Alex Pereira. He got smoked twice. He has great wins. Rakic is a great win. He beat the champ to win the belt. Great win. Dominic Reyes, still a great win. At that point, when he fought Dominic Reyes, he had lost twice in a row. He lost to John Jones, and then he got smoked by Yana. So it wasn't too bad yet. And in this fight, Dominic Reyes did smoke Yuri. Yuri even said he was out for a quick second. He was like, "What the fuck just happened?" Pulled shit out of the fire against Reyes. And that's the beauty about Yuri. He's so unorthodox. You're gonna hear the same shit again. So I'm not gonna tell you Yuri's stance is this and he looks like this and he's so weird with this and his movement. You know all of that. I want to tell you who's gonna fucking win and who's not gonna win, not the nonsense that other people are gonna spew to you. Khalil Roundtree is 14-6, 10-6 in the UFC. Prior to that loss to Alex Pereira, he was on a 5-fight win streak. Some arguable wins and losses. We don't have to get into them too much. Comes back from losing to Pereira. Probably the hardest fight Pereira has had since before Ankalaev, obviously. Probably the scariest fight overall, even including the Ankalaev fight. And then he beat the shit out of Jamal Hill in the most random country of all time. Beat the shit out of him for 5 rounds, knocked him down a few times. Him by decision was crazy. Beat the shit out of him, and now Jamal Hill's last 2 opponents are fighting each other, likely for the number 1 contender spot. So what's going to happen here? It's a 3-rounder. I think that kind of favors Yuri a little bit more. I think it's harder to figure out Yuri in 3 rounds than 5. I think that his speed works against Roundtree. Roundtree's a lot more composed than a lot of Yuri's opponents. I think he's going to be looking to kick a lot more. Maybe some spinning kicks as well. Just maybe some axe kicks. He's going to be looking to catch Yuri while he's moving. People are going to say Yuri is going to lose because the things that he does won't work against Khalil Roundtree. I think they say that about Yuri every fucking time. I think at some point we have to put some respect on Yuri's name. He's only lost to the champ. He can get hurt here, for sure. Khalil is an absolute dog. Khalil looks better than he's ever been. But I just quite don't trust him just yet. Not fully. Him not finishing Jamal Hill really rubbed me the wrong way. Because he had so many opportunities. Were you afraid you're gonna gas? Jamal Hill has some of the worst foot movements and whatever you want to call it ever of all time. He doesn't move. You could have easily finished him. For some reason he didn't. It was weird. Yuri Prochazka gets the chance to finish Khalil Roundtree. He's gonna do everything in his power to fucking take his head off. Yuri right now minus 186. Not in love with it. But I think he wins. Give me Yuri Prochazka to win by TKO or decision. Next fight. The co-main. Merab Dvalishvili versus Corey Sandhagen. Now, disclaimer right off the bat. I am one of the biggest Corey Sandhagen fans out there. Just going to throw that out there. I've been riding with Corey Sandhagen since pretty much his UFC debut. I want him to win so fucking bad. He's like aside from Cheeto, since I'm Ecuadorian, he's like legit the only other fighter that I'm just like, I need you to touch gold. Cheeto had his chance, lost. Hopefully he gets another opportunity, whatever. Corey's like the only other one. So when they fought, I was heartbroken. But still, I think Corey is so fucking good. And he deserves a shot at that belt, which now he has. He's going to be 5 inches taller. Massive. 2-inch reach advantage. 2-inch leg reach advantage. We'll start with Corey really quick. Don't worry, I'm not going to waste a lot of your time. 18-5, 11-4 in the UFC. He's won 4 of his last 5. He beat Song Yadong, beat the shit out of him. The doctors had to step in. Beat Cheeto by split. It was not split. I mean, and I told you, I'm Ecuadorian. I root for Cheeto every single fight I can. Until he stops fighting, I will root for him every single fight. I will likely choose him every single fight. That was not a split decision. He lost at worst. Corey Sandhagen won 4 rounds to 1. I think I scored it 5-0. Beats Rob Font. You know, he had a torn tricep at some point. That's right. I know all this shit off the fucking dome. Torn tricep, first round. Has to wrestle Rob Font. Rob Font at that point, sensational takedown defense. Comes back, loses to Umar, probably 5 rounds to 0, but shows a lot of heart. Shows that he can fight off the wrestling, can fight and scramble as much as he can. Does get controlled a little bit too much. Doesn't get too much of his offense going to win the fight. Fair. Loses likely 5 rounds to 0 as well. Comes back, beats Figgy. Says knee injury. He was beating the shit out of Figgy before that. And now we have Merab. Merab, 20-4, 13-2 in the UFC. You're seeing these L's. These aren't actual L's. His last loss was Ricky Simone. And since then, he's riding on like a million fight unbeaten streak. Never been TKO'd. Head of steel. Only subbed once and lost 3 by decision. Has not lost an actual UFC fight since 2018. He's beaten some monsters. Katana, Casey Kenny Shore, Cody Stamen, Marlon Moraes, Jose Aldo, Peter Yan, Henry Cejudo, Sugar Sean twice, Umar. He's proven everything he's needed to. Now, how does Merab win this? It's obvious. Take him down, control him. I think Corey's still prone to being taken down, or at least if he is taken down, being prone to trying to stay on his back a little bit too long, trying to get some of his own offense going. Don't do that, brother. You're still losing the round. You're not going to do enough, because that's when Merab is going to try to posture up and land his own takedown or land his own offense. Don't try to land elbows. Get up. But that's where Merab will win this fight. People are saying he's going to sub Corey. He can sub people now. He's going to sub Corey. He subs Sugar Sean. If you compare Sean O'Malley's grappling to Corey Sandhagen, then we shouldn't be having this conversation. I don't think you should be watching this video right now. If that's what your comparison is. You're going to compare Merab subbing Mighty Mouse for fun as he's going to sub Corey. This fight is going all 5 rounds. And this is going to be the closest fight to date for Merab. Umar's was different because he lost the first 2 and then he beat him the next 3. That was close, but this is a different type of close. This is where we don't see, when we look at rounds and go, I don't know who just won that round. There will be at least 2 rounds out of the 5, if this goes the distance, that we're going to go, I don't even know. This can go either way. I think this could be a split decision win for either guy. And of course, everything in my body, my bones is telling me to pick Corey Sandhagen because I'm a fan. And of course, everyone has bias. You're watching this video, you have bias towards some fighters. I do too. But Merab is the proven champion. He's great. He's fun. I enjoy watching him fight. I enjoy his extracurricular activities outside of fighting too. He's cool. I fuck with him. Heavy, to be honest. Does he win this fight? Maybe. But I'm going to choose him to win this fight. Minus 440 isn't amazing. I would not touch that with a 10-foot pole. A lot of you will put that in parlays. Likely will hit. Fair. I'm not going to do it. I think the best bet here is Corey Sandhagen spread. 5.5. 7.5 is like minus 140. 7.5. Okay. 9.5 might be minus 140. I forgot. Minus 9.5 plus 9.5. You know that just means he has to win 1 round on each of the judges' scorecards. He's not going to get 5-0'd here. Just because he got 5-0'd by Umar, it's a different type of fight. Merab and Umar are different type of fighters. Just because they both wrestle doesn't mean that he's going to get 5-0'd as well. It's just not the way this shit works. And until some of you guys realize that, then you guys are going to be shit predictors and shit betters, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be close, but I'm still going to go with the champ. Give me Merab Dvalishvili to win by decision. And the main event, Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira. Pereira, 1 inch taller, 4-inch reach advantage. Ankalaev, 2-inch leg reach advantage. Don't really have to look at too many stats in this. They just fought a few months ago. If you don't remember, because I did make a video, you can go look back at it. So you know I'm not lying. I chose Ankalaev to win. He was an underdog at the time, plus something, plus 1 something. And he's always been the better light heavyweight fighter. He's always been the best light heavyweight fighter for years now. For years since John Jones retired and moved up, Ankalaev has been the best light heavyweight fighter. There was just a smidge maybe Yan was, and that's where Yan almost beat Ankalaev, should have beat Ankalaev, but he, at that point, at some point in that fight, he found out that he didn't want it anymore, and ever since then, he's just been shitting the bed and just doesn't do enough on offense. But this is not about Yan. This is about Ankalaev. Ankalaev, people look at him, they look at his beard, they look at his name, they go, just a wrestler. He's not, though. His striking is clean. He's one of the best counterpunchers out there. He can wrestle, but he's not invincible. He's been subbed before. Is Pereira going to sub him? Absolutely not. Pereira, absolute legend, UFC legend at this point. Crazy what he's done in his UFC career so far. Was just getting controlled by Magomed. He was getting countered. He got hit a lot. He got hurt by him. Not by anything crazy, but he got hurt. Was just controlled on the cage a lot. Just too worried about the takedown without letting his offense go. Now Pereira's claiming he's not going to be able to take him down, but he barely even took you down the first time. It's not about that. It's about letting your offense go. You're going to have to throw something at him. Something to get him moving and wondering what you're going to do next. Is he going to do that? I don't know. Something you guys should know by now is rematches, at least this early too. But in general, rematches tend to never work out for the person who lost the first time. How much can Pereira improve on what Ankalaev did to him the first time? The only way Pereira wins this is if he catches Ankalaev in the first 2 rounds. It's the only way. If you want to take Pereira to win this fight, you could take his money line. He's a dog. I just take Pereira knockout first or second round. It's the only way he's going to win this fight. He's not winning this fight in the 4th and 5th rounds. He's just not. Ankalaev has the perfect game plan for anyone in the championship rounds, 4th and 5th rounds. 1 through 3 is a toss-up. So take Pereira 1 through 3 TKO. He's not winning a decision. He's definitely not going to sub him. Ankalaev is not going to sub him. He can beat him by decision. But I don't think he wins by decision. I think he knocks out Alex Pereira this time. He has the power. He's cleaner. He's more precise. He has that champ swag now. I think he finishes Alex Pereira. I think he chins him somewhere in the 2nd or 3rd rounds. I think he maybe even takes him down. Nice little ground and pound, lands some elbows. Alex Pereira isn't invincible. We've seen that. We've seen him TKO'd by Izzy. Obviously, he's a lot heavier now. His chin's a lot better. Ankalaev has power. He has precision. And he's the champ. Magomed Ankalaev right now is minus 265. He was minus 165. People are betting on him. Fair enough. Alex Pereira is plus 200. Not bad. Not bad. Him to win by knockout TKO, rounds 1 through 3, might be plus 500. That's what I'd go with if you're a Pereira lover. That's what I'd go with. I'm gonna go with the champ who just beat him. I have to. I chose him the first time as an underdog. Why would I not take him at minus 265? Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. We haven't seen Pereira in 3 fights or 2 fights after, not even 1 fight after, to prove that he's still a dog. Essentially, this is just a longer camp for the both of them. This is just an Ankalaev second camp without having to fight anywhere else. He knew he was going to fight Pereira again. He knew. So this whole time of him not training or whatever, just chilling, he's still training in the headspace, or fighting in the headspace that he's fighting Alex Pereira. He has so much time to figure everything out. Pereira at this point is still one-dimensional. He came in one-dimensional because he's an animal. He's a monster. Magomed isn't one-dimensional. He has been an MMA fighter this entire time. Pereira wasn't. Pereira kind of came in right at the tail end of his prime. He's kind of at the end of his prime at this point. I think he goes up to heavyweight. He fights Tommy Aspinall after Tommy beats the shit out of Soriano. I think Ankalaev has a long light heavyweight reign ahead of him. Give me Magomed Ankalaev to win by knockout or TKO. And that wraps up UFC 320, Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. A lot longer video, obviously, but it was very fun. I enjoyed every single second of doing this, to be honest. It was very fun. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Please give this a like. Please comment as well. Subscribe. Comment down who you think is the biggest lock of the week. It could be anyone. And of course, please continue to like, sub if you like these videos. I really try to pour my heart and fucking soul to these videos as much as possible. Aside from this, I will have an NFL video giving you all of my leans. Shocker, another time. We went 11-5. We went 11-5 in the week 3 leans. And then we just went 11-5 again in the week 4 leans. If you were to just take every single lean that I've given you, weeks 1 through 4, you would be up like 15, 16 units right now. And guess what? We're still profitable on the season in general. Just about 10 units in profit so far this season. Join the Discord. I'm going to have a ton of plays for this card as well. Join the Discord. $14.99 and a free week. Literally the craziest thing on the market. If you know, you know. Join the community. A few hundred of us. It's very fun. I'm in there all the time. It's what I've created. I will help you guys as much as I can with your own stuff as well. But as always, I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching. As always, I'll see you guys for the NFL video and then another week of the UFC next week as well. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I hope you guys have a wonderful, safe, and most importantly, blessed rest of your week. Let's keep cashing.